We all addicted. We are addicted to our depressing thoughts, feeling bad about ourselves, anger, stress, anxiety, toxicity, substance abuse, physical abuse, social media, devices, and many more. Subash here, and in this video I'm going to share with you on how to remove addictions to bad habits, social media, smoking, alcohol, feeling awful about yourself, and many more. By the end of this video, you will learn practical steps that you can take to start practicing this technique that will help you remove any form of addiction. So please make sure you stick around until the end of this video, because you will learn these easy steps that you can apply immediately and start your journey towards success. Before I begin this video, I want to quickly announce that the free one-to-one consultation with me for the Self-Mastery Online program is open. So please make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up for your free consultation with me to see if we would be a good fit to work together. And please make sure you comment Self-Mastery Online down below for a chance to win my digital book for free every single Saturday. With that, let's get started. We're all addicted. We are addicted to our depressing thoughts, feeling bad about ourselves, anger, stress, anxiety, toxicity, substance abuse, physical abuse, social media, devices, and many more. What is addiction? Addiction is a physical or psychological need to do or take or use something to the point where it could be very harmful to yourself. Usually the term addiction describes the addiction to drugs, gambling, smokes, etc. But it could be absolutely anything. Addiction could be related to your work, shopping, alcohol, volatile substance abuse such as inhaling gas, aerosols to give the feeling of intoxication, cell phone use, watching TV obsessively, and many more. Addiction could also be non-physical, like lying continuously, being right all the time, showing how superior we are to others. We're all addicted to one form or another. Whatever a person is addicted to, they can't control how they use it, and they become dependent on it to get through daily life. Addiction usually begins with the feeling of relaxation, enjoyment, or mental high. Anything that the person takes who are addicted to it gives relaxation instantly. And when they are not using the substance or have mental satisfaction, it results in craving. It's easier to pop the pills, smoke, alcohol, or lie than to let the uneasy feeling of cravings pass away. Children nowadays are addicted to devices. They could spend hours on devices. Because they are smart, they find many creative ways to keep addicted, whether by blackmailing their parents mentally, physically, or emotionally. We all know about the kids who lie down in the supermarket demanding lollies. It is a tiny form of addiction, but it starts from a very early age. The more we become aware of what's happening around us, the more we'll be in charge of our lives and the people around us, and we can help. I used to drink and smoke as normal people in my tradition would do. In my tradition, drinking alcohol was quite common as we celebrate famous festivals. Although we drank only sometimes, we saw people around us drinking and many relatives smoking very early. It was just a way of life back then. Some of those subconscious thoughts may have lost into my brain deep inside, which would resurface later in my life. Those are physical forms of addiction. I also want to talk about mental addiction, social media addiction, coffee addiction, sugar addiction. We're more addicted than we know of. Our body craves any form of addiction, and when in the void, it directs the mind to make irrational behavior. The more we repeat the habit, the more neurological connections are made in our minds, making it easy to fall back into the habit to satisfy the craving. It can be so energy consuming that many people get stuck on it for a long time, and some people their whole entire life. I'm really scared of the new generation of the kids and their future, as I see their addiction on the devices and tablets similar to the drug addicts. They are completely addicted. Okay, so with that, let's get to the practical steps and how we can deal with the addiction in any shape or form. Step number 1, awareness. Awareness is the first important practice that needs to be done to tackle this problem. If you're not conscious of your thoughts, how can you manage or control them? We all have to start somewhere, and practicing the present moment to start is good. Instead of daydreaming of the future and the past, if we keep bringing us back to the present moment, we gain some control back at first, which will be enough to start the momentum. When you practice this either by setting aside 10 to 20 minutes to stay at the spot, observe your breathing, it makes your mind concentrated and Soon you'll be able to observe your thoughts. When you observe your thoughts, you have control. You can do something about it. Step number 2, recognizing the triggers. This method is a classic. It involves spending a few days observing the time your addiction starts and what causes and writing them down. Usually, the craving triggers when your body is used to dopamine at that time. Usually the craving occurs at the same time each time. It may not be true all the time, but usually that happens. Just keep noticing the trigger points and observe any additional events, information around it. You are a private investigator to yourself. Step number 3, preparation. Now you know how a trigger happens and can predict when it may happen. Preparing beforehand to deal with that situation is ideal for minimizing falling back into it. Since you know when it triggers, you can get a healthy substitute or plan to do deep breathing or going for a walk at that time. You can do all those things if you prepare well. At that time, you should promise yourself to be present. You may have many trigger points in the beginning, so it may not be possible to dedicate meditation time or exercise time to all the triggering points, but you can learn to be more aware and plan to tackle 5 to 10 trigger points at the beginning. Even if you have to take a day off from everything to deal with this is very important and you should prioritize it. When you make a decision, take anything necessary beforehand and prepare for it. Getting success in the first few days is very important as you'll be able to build your reward on those habits daily. Step number 4, stress technique. The stress technique is to put small stress in your body to see how you can cope with it. When you are addicted to checking social media on every notification, plan not to check your phone for next 30 minutes. It puts mild to high stress on your body as it craves the reward of satisfying the need to check and find the contents of the notification. When you commit and follow through, your dealing power increases and you'll be able to tolerate a bit more than before. If you're trying to get rid of your coffee habit, only avoid having coffee one out of the many times you may have. When dealing with the kids about their addiction to devices, it's very important to do it in small doses. If they play for 4 hours on devices, let's say, then limit to 3 hours in the first week, then to 2, and spread them out. If you want to introduce healthier habits, then ask them to do that healthier habit for 5 minutes before they're allowed to start the devices. It starts creating a new habit. For example, a reading habit before playing games. Since it's only 5 minutes, they will happily do it. It won't be efficient at first and the quality of reading won't be that great, but soon kids will learn to cope with the new habits and reduce device time at the same time. Step 5, taking it slow. These habits and addictions did not form in a single day. You're used to popping something in your mouth and used to checking your phone, or addicted to food habits when craving hits. Undoing this takes time. You will need to approach this bit by bit. Even if you want to get rid of addictions like tea and coffee, it takes a bit of effort to get rid of it. Your mind becomes numb for a few days with a foggy brain, but it's very temporary. Your mind bounces back very quickly. Those patterns of thoughts will fire for a few weeks, but they will get weaker and weaker, and eventually those neural pathways fade away. You will have created new neural pathways that are stronger than the addiction. I hope this helped and I'll be creating more videos on this kind of topic. And if you're new to this channel, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe and hit that little bell so you're notified of any new video that I put out. Also, I would love to know what you think of this video. So please leave me a comment. The free one-to-one consultation for the Self-Mastery Online program is open, where you get an opportunity to work with me closely so we can help you unblock all areas of your life. Okay, and what we do in the Self-Mastery Online program is we work at the core, at the subconscious level. Because where you are in your life right now is all a result of who you are. Where you want to get to, you need to become the version that's worthy of it. To recap, the 5 steps that you learned are being aware, recognizing the triggers, preparing for a successful outcome, using the stress technique, and taking it slow without rushing for the result. Using these techniques with patience is a key. Don't think about getting immediate results. This is an investment in yourself. Get it right. Try not to fail. However, if you do, don't let it go more than a day. Prepare even more and go again. Be relentless. Make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up for your free one-to-one consultation with us, and I would love to help you in person. I'm super excited to announce that the free Facebook group is open, so you can click the link in the description below to sign up. I am building a community of great people. With that, thank you so much for watching. Stay fearless.